Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our regularly scheduled broadcast. And this evening, it appears we have many stories and topics to bring to you that are going on around the world and locally. Things are erupting rather quickly now. First off, we wish to apologize due to the power grid issues. We are suffering from power loss due to solar inequities. We're running on generator power at this current time to try and bring you the most latest that we can on the events and issues that are occurring that affect you the most. So, this evening, our top story is a continued report on the fighting that has begun, and the fighting broke out last night in earnest, my friends. Unfortunately, we have to deal with the eruption of physical fighting. I have what looks like video to bring, and yes, here it is. As you can see, it started early in the evening last night as fighting broke out within the the northern factions of locals, particularly the one leader here within its own faction seemed to have many issues among its own members. So disruption is occurring in many ways within even the best of those factions. It looks like pretty much a total breakdown, and that fighting went well into the night. There just didn't seem to be any peace that would be lingering or returning back as it had the previous few nights. Fighting just kept continuing all night long. So, in other news, or I should say other weather changes, we want to take you to our on-site correspondent, Erin. She is out there on-site with the weather that has been decimating the Midwest over the last few days here, and let's see what she has to say about what we have to look forward to within the weather situation. Thanks, Erin. Outside our studios here, you can hear our generators running pretty hard to try and keep up with the power demands of our broadcast, but we're still getting it to you the best we can. As you can see, the weather has moved in pretty heavy from the east, nothing but ice. To the south, nothing but ice. And to the west, nothing but ice. And you can see how the power supplies have been limited heavily by the storms that have moved in. So with this ice blanketing the Midwest and moving up into the Northeast and blanketing the Northeast, this is going to just impact travel and trucking, and supplies of food that are being delivered to grocery stores are going to be bare shelved at best, considering the food prices also being impacted by the fighting that has erupted. So multiple phases of impacts to your world, and that's what we aim to bring to you, is all the conditions that are involved in the things that you need to prepare for in these days of trouble. Back to you, Erin. Thanks, Erin, for the updates in the weather. Hopefully the Puxatawny Phil was incorrect, and this extended 6 weeks of winter will maybe not manifest as bad as it has so far. Let's see what March brings us once this next wave of warmth comes in and melts the current ice and helps improve the road conditions around the middle section and northeast sections of our country. Next, we want to bring you our on-site correspondent again, T. She is out to bring you a farm report and share with you some major changes that's taken place within the commodities section. Later, after we talk to her, we will discuss the markets and some of the turmoil that has erupted within the markets thanks to the fighting that has begun, the real in earnest here.
Thanks, Erin. In today's farm report, we've got wheat and soybean prices on the rise due to the escalation of war in the east and the ice that has been blanketing the Midwest and Northeast. But here locally, farmers are trying to get ahead by putting starts together in their local greenhouses, and we're hoping Puxatawny Phil is incorrect in his predictions this year. Back to you, Erin.
Thanks, T, for bringing us the updated information on the local markets. Hopefully they will do better than what we're seeing happening around the world. And for tonight's final... God damn, I'm stumbling on my own. Thank you, T, for bringing us the farm report. And hopefully our local conditions are better than some of the things that we're seeing going on around the world with the grain prices, as you mentioned. So let's take a look at the full market scope. Markets are in turmoil around the world due to the fighting that's taken place. There's been big plunges in most of the indices. This is not looking good, my friends. It seems to be that the cryptocurrencies are suffering severely along with the markets. Interesting that some of our financial analysts a few weeks ago had predicted that they would go down with the markets due to the connection they have on the COMEX. However, the real true traditional safe havens are showing their colors now. The precious metals have exploded in the last few hours, considering the fighting and uncertainty that has erupted in the last 24 to 36 hours. That is the forecast that we have, or the reports that we have for you this evening. I know it's looking kind of treacherous out there, so we here at the newsroom hope and wish that all of you have taken our warnings for the past 10 years and prepared for what is obviously finally breaking out as far as the global reset is concerned. It appears, my friends, it is finally here at our doorstep. So batten down the hatches and be prepared for violent turmoil in all areas around the world to accelerate from this point forth. It appears that peace is finally come to an end. With that, everyone be blessed, and we will see you again on the next report.